Hello, my name is Jimmy Diamonds. This is a submission video for Battle Axe for the PC. It's also available on Switch, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. PC version is the one that I've got at hand, that's why I'm playing it. Developed by Hank Nieborg, famed pixel artist, and Bitmap Bureau, famed for Xenocrisis. It's a hack and slash dungeon crawling game, but it's more along the lines of Gauntlet and the Chaos Engine rather than Diablo, Path of Exile, etc. So it's a lot more arcadey. I'm going to wait until this score screen disappears back. There we go. We're actually going to be playing on easy mode today. Now, the reason behind this is just to make it a little bit safer for marathon circumstances. So, as true to an arcade version, if you are playing on hard, your health doesn't replenish between the stages. And you only get 3 lives and no continue. So once you lose all 3 lives, kaput. Game is over. You have to start from the beginning. So we want to make sure that we can try and get through this as well. Okay? The easy mode also makes it possible for the bosses to take a bit more damage from some attacks, which is going to become very useful when it comes to the character that we're going to choose, who has a very, very high DPS, and we'll explain that in a few moments' time. We are going to be running arcade mode, and we're going to be choosing Iolo. Now, we could choose Rooney, but Rooney's immediate hard mode. He's not that great. We could choose Faye. Faye's quite quick, but she doesn't do as much damage, even with some upgrades that we can get a little bit later. So we're going to be choosing Iolo, because even though he's technically the slowest character, movement options and his dash attack, we'll explain that in a second, there's a little bit less utility to that attack. His DPS from his projectile attack is ungodly. He will melt things, and that's what we're going to try and do today. He has 2 costumes, a blue costume and a green costume. Could be a donation incentive. For that's important, but I'm going to choose blue today. Now, we don't normally use IGT for this game, but we are going to be starting the run in 3, 2, 1, go! Now, as I said about the dash attack, his dash is a little bit different to the others because if he lands on something, they die immediately. So we're going to be trying to do that as much as possible, but he only goes in a single direction, and anything between him and the target, they don't get any damage whatsoever. So you have to be a bit more precise with this, whereas the other characters, you can just dash through things. Excuse me. We'll get to those little towers in a second. We don't really want those gems. That's frustrating, but never mind. But yeah, so you're going to notice me killing as many enemies as I feasibly can to start with until I get a relative level of gold, because they're the best source of gold, aside from some of the chests. The chests are RNG, however. Now, if we can... That's frustrating. I took some damage, that's annoying. So if we can get the chest to give us gold, then that's great. If we can't, then we need to be a bit more careful with our gold root and enemies that we are killing. But try not to get too greedy. We're looking to get 100 gold to get a power-up for my... well, that was weird. Power-up for my magic attack, which is already stupidly strong, but we want to have it even stronger. Because strong is good. That's frustrating. Okay, but that's fine. I'm going to get very close to the first boss of the game here after killing a few more enemies. Get the gold that's on here, which is good. That's cool. And we're going to try and damage Bruce through the boss and melt it with this magic attack. As you can see, his health is dropping considerably faster than it really should. 1 health is fine, 138 is okay. It gets replenished at the end of this round. We're now in a shop which happens between all the stages. But we are only interested in one thing. This, a projectile power-up. Can't buy it at the moment. We need 100 gold to do so. We should get enough in this stage with a little bit of rooting and some grinding. There we go. That's a good start. We get 20 gold immediately from that pile. Hopefully some of the chests that we can find will have that gold. Now, something I need to mention is that with the towers, if you destroy them, you can open some gates. But the towers also are spawners. Very much like Gauntlet in that case, which we want to make sure that we are not dying, so fewer enemies on the screen, means that there's fewer chance of death, which is good. We are probably going to take a death or 2 during this game, because even though it's on easy, it's still pretty tough. And these tentacles are very frustrating, because the tentacles can't be hit until they are out, which can be annoying. But aside from that, we are just killing things. And try not to take any damage, because apparently I don't know how to do that anymore. but we are doing a little bit of grinding here. If this chest gives me some gold, we can just run on, and that's perfect. Exactly 100 gold. We can try and skip through as much as we can, try not to take any deaths, get past this little fire dude here. As you can see, that dash attack is very powerful, but because I can only move in the cardinal directions, and I can't damage anything whilst I'm going through them anyways. I have to land on them. It's yeah, it's not as useful as a utility as, say, Phase, because hers is much faster and kills things as we're going through it. But as you can see, we're trying to conserve a little bit of health where possible, because we don't want to take deaths here really, because we're likely to take a death in stage 3, and hopefully, well, that was pretty good. Hopefully we will get a healing item in a few seconds time from a chest that's going to be on the other side of this bridge that's just spawned, which is good. And we don't, so I'm going to have to be a bit more careful with this boss. And he's dead. That's great. 411, that's not so bad. That's not so bad. Under 4 minutes is optimal with that dude. But we have enough gold to buy the main thing that we need for this run, which is the projectile power-up. And we haven't lost a life either, which is really good, because this is the scariest stage of the game. Because we've got these annoying enemies which dash towards you. And they do quite a bit of... they're just pain in my neck. They're huge pain in my neck. But as you can see, if we dash into them, they will die almost immediately. And my magic power is strong enough that I will kill things in one hit with a magic. Get the bomb. This is the worst enemy in the game. Thank God he died quickly. These guys are also annoying. Took some damage there, which is fine. But we skipped those dudes, which is good. There's another chest here. Is it going to be a health potion? It's going to be another bomb. That's not so good. We're taking the slow cooldown of the dash attacks as a big benefit. We will take this health potion because that is much more important than all the stuff. There we go. Better. That's going well so far. That's not so good. This is good. We're going to destroy this gate. We're going to destroy this guy up here, which is fine. Spawn a few of these chumps. Kill these, which makes things a little bit easier. Now we're going inside for a second. Some of the spawns here are a little bit RNG. Hopefully we don't get completely screwed over with them. Do not be green. Do not be green, I said, but you are green. Yeah, those guys can sometimes be purple, sometimes be green. If they're green, they can dash at you. We don't want them to dash at you. We want to actually have a relatively nice time through this stage. Thank you very much. Video games are good, yo. Get that guy blown up. Get that guy blown up, just to get a little bit extra gold. We might take a health boost in the next shop. Because, you know, you do that. And it's going to make things like some of the bosses much easier to deal with. We might take a death here, but that's okay. See what happens. I got him before I died. Amazing. That's very, very quick. 641. Very, very fast. We're now going into the last stage of the game. I don't know if I have enough coins for the health upgrade, but I've got all my lives, which is fine by me. No, not enough coins for the health upgrade. I gotta get a little bit of chicken just to cover me there. And we've now got all 3 lives, and we're going to go into the final stage of the game, where we can kill things pretty much similar to how we did in the first place. That's annoying. That didn't happen how I wanted it to, but that's all right. That's all right. We're going to get this chest here, and we don't want that. We don't want that at all. Those scrolls are not very useful in this game, which is a shame because they do make a very, very pretty attack. That's annoying. That's fine. We'll use that health now. We don't have many options to replenish health here, but we do have, like I said, all of our lives intact. So yeah, these guys are annoying. Yeah, because they can do that. These guys are very annoying too because they're like the skeletons on the previous stages, just much faster. Going to blow up these here just to make things a bit safer. Sometimes they can land, but didn't need to worry about that too much. Going to go down here, round here. We're now on essentially a little bit of a, thank you, a little bit of a gauntlet towards the last part of the game. Trying to keep as much of our health as possible. We're going to take some damage in a second because it's almost inevitable that you will, but like I said, I've got all my lives intact, so I can use a damage boost on a boss in a second. I'm going to destroy this platform here. Now this is where the benefits of that damage boost for my projectile attacks really come into play. It's pretty ridiculous. Pretty ridiculous. We're going to blow this up. We're going to go here. We're going to blow this up, blow this up, blow this up, blow this guy up. Blow that up too. And we're nearly on the final boss. And there we go. With all of our lives, we're going to take a death here. I'm going to skip what she's saying because it doesn't really matter. I'm going to try and get this as a one cycle. That's okay. I'm going to try and get this one cycle by mash, 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 mash. We'll see how we go here. Ah, God, this mashing is ridiculous on the wrist. I think we got the one cycle. Might get it. One cycle, and that is game. And that's time. And that's it's not a world record, but it's very, very fast. Very, very fast. So yeah, so that's a very nice quick run. Yeah, so that's a really nice quick little run. Game is over. Under 10 minutes, it's really, really nice and fast. Yeah, really, really happy with that. Really happy with that. Yeah. We'll wait until the end screen. Just get through the credits. Just to confirm the time of 9 minutes and 9 seconds. It's about a minute under my PB, which is also the world record. See, because of the potential issues with the gold routing, I'd like to think that for an RTA run, that this is around 15 minutes. I think that's going to be the safest way to think about that, as a 50-minute RTA. But yeah, so we have just confirmed that the run was D rank, nice, and 9 minutes and 9 seconds. But yeah, as an RTA, I think safety-wise, we're looking around 15 minutes just to make sure we can get through with the gold routing and avoid any potential deaths which may happen because it's a pretty tough game. Yeah,